guaranteed. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello.
Welcome to Spooky Chat.
Spooky Chat.
Miss Elfie's favourite time of the week.
Yeah, they're my favourites as well. I do like doing the cases, but Spooky Chat's my favourite. And I've forced you guys to be involved in this one as well.
Didn't need much forcing though, really.
That's true.
I enjoyed it.
Has anything weird and or spooky happened to you this week? Alison?
No.
Mark? Anything weird and or spooky happened to you? Yes?
What?
Exciting whilst he types that. Are you sure nothing weird's happened to you? You haven't been bitten by another dog or fallen over? Not that that's spooky or weird.
No. No.
Okay.
People are leaving me alone.
And again, I've said this before, I feel like weird stuff happens to us all the time. But
I'm just not really acknowledging it.
No,
anymore.
that's it. I don't think we recognise that fact. We did think last night that perhaps we weren't tired all the time, that
we were haunted.
And we were going to blame that from now on.
Yeah, I'm possibly haunted then.
Okay,
There we go. We'll
okay.
go with that, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, Mark was leaving his parents one night and he was reversing he saw Eddie in the wing mirror.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me about that. And
That's amazing. Yeah, I bet that
heartbreaking.
was sad. Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, that's awesome, but sad. But
the fact that you can still see him and stuff is
that's amazing.
lovely.
Yeah. So we went to the Tim Burton exhibition at Design Museum in Kensington, London, which
Yes,
was
we
incredible.
did.
So Alison and Mark bought me tickets for my birthday.
Alison?
Alison.
Since when did I become an Alison?
That is your name,
I know
right?
it's my name, but you never call me Alice. Well, unless you're taking, like, you're being funny. Like, Alison.
Alison. Dunno. Ali.
No, I'm fine with either.
Okay.
I'm not complaining. Just a
Alison
question.
Tallulah Boyd.
That is not my middle name, but it would be awesome, wouldn't it?
It would be awesome. I love the name Tallulah. So it was so much fun, wasn't it?
We are massive fans of Tim Burton, and, you know, I'd asked Mark if he wanted to come. He's like, yeah, why not? And even he enjoyed it.
Yeah. And that's a good way to measure how good it was. The fact that Mark isn't like a massive Tim Burton-ish
No, he's not.
person.
No.
But he enjoyed it.
What did you like about it? And whilst you type in, we'll talk.
Yeah. I think so. I knew it was going to be good because obviously it's Tim Burton, but it was better than I thought, and there was a lot more in there than I thought there would be.
And of course, us being us, decided to kind of pay homage to him and dressed up a little bit in some stripes.
We did. We wore black and white stripes.
Well, I wore black and white stripes.
Yeah, apparently mine were blue.
They were dark navy, definitely.
I really thought that... Oh, sorry, I'm just reading Goob's thing. I really thought they were black and white stripes. I'm really annoyed with myself. We did see a lot of people... You could spot the Tim Burton fans, basically.
Oh, definitely. They had like either a Loungefly bag or a T-shirt or just something that indicated that, that's where they're going.
Some sort of goth attire.
So Mark liked the flat white before we went in.
Okay. But yeah, it was really great. And I haven't actually been to the Design Museum before.
No, I haven't.
And it's a really incredible building. I'd like to go back there again.
I'd never actually even heard of it.
I had heard of it, I'd just never been there. I think because it's Kensington, it's a bit of a pain in the bum.
What I should have done was I should have asked about the afternoon tea that they did, whether they would do a veganised version. Because when we saw a picture of it and you got like the cakes that were all Tim Burton colours and swirls and all of that, it just looked epic.
It did look really cool. The only thing I was disappointed with, but it was probably a blessing in disguise, was the gift shop.
Yeah.
I was really excited about the gift shop, and there was a really cool book about all the things that are in the exhibition, and I might get that at a later date. But nothing else really grabbed my attention.
No.
But it was good because it meant I didn't buy anything.
Yeah.
But it was so good. They had some of the stop motion puppets, sculptures.
Yeah.
And which I was really excited to see. They had Jack Skellington and they had a frame with all his different facial expressions.
That was amazing.
That they would obviously change in the stop motion. So I was excited to see that. I was really excited to see the Edward Scissorhands costume and the sketches for it as well. Mm-hmm. And then there was Wednesday stuff in there, and I'm obsessed with Wednesday.
Oh, the dress.
The dress was in there. Oh my God. And again, sketches for the characters. It was just, it was so good. And then they also had some of Tim Burton's own artwork, photography, things like that.
That
It was
was
just
really cool.
Brilliant. And there was all these sound effects and lights. It was quite immersive.
Yeah.
And obviously,
all his napkin art.
Yeah, napkin art.
Napkin art. That was awesome.
Honestly, I know that it travels around, so I'm not sure when this episode's coming out, but if it's done, it will be done by the end of May, won't it?
Yeah.
But if you can get the chance, go and see it, because it is really, really good.
It's a must.
And I would imagine that people listening to Cards of the Macabre are likely to be Tim Burton fans.
Yeah.
I would have thought. So I do have a weird thing to talk about.
Okay.
And so do you. You've just forgotten about it. So this is weird. The Brick Lane Mimosa.
Oh, God.
Which
I've never felt so cheated in my life.
No, it turns out that mimosa down Brick Lane is actually just pretty much a warm Lambrini with some orange squash in it. So we drank it anyway.
I am having a mimosa today just because that has really annoyed me. You brought
it was awful.
Up. That is on par with watching Kylie Jenner cut up a cucumber.
It was Kendall Jenner who cut up the cucumber.
That one. Her. I get confused who's who.
It was a really cool little bar, but yeah,
I walked in and there were so many high hopes because there was like comfy seating, like real casual. There's stickers everywhere, our kind of place. Yeah. Great music, and then they served that, and I thought, stop the world. I'd like to get off now, please.
That's it, and I think some people might be going, oh my God, why are you being bougie and asking for mimosa down Brick Lane? But they did serve cocktails, so it wasn't beyond the realms of all possibilities.
And it's like one of our favourite drinks, and we were celebrating your birthday, so why wouldn't we ask for that?
We drink them everywhere.
The Coke was watered down as well, so Mark had a Coke, and that was watered down.
But yeah, so if anyone offers you a Brick Lane mimosa, don't have it.
We shan't say the name of the bar because of defamation.
No, but I probably would go back to the bar because the music was so good.
Just have a beer.
Yeah, that's it. Just keep it simple.
Out of a bottle so it's not watered down from a drum.
That's it, exactly. So, but going back to the Tim Burton exhibition, I was wondering if you have a favourite Tim Burton film / series. I know it's hard to choose one.
Why would you put me in this position?
I tell you what, you can have a top 3.
Okay. Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands. Mm-hmm. Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah. I know people are going to be like, oh, that's so cliche, but I grew up with those and loving them, and I never stopped loving them.
Absolutely.
I still feel the same way watching them now as I did when I first watched them.
Yeah.
So
they're just so atmospheric, and I just love Tim Burton. Mine would be Edward Scissorhands, Beetlejuice, and Wednesday. I absolutely love the series Wednesday, and I just feel like his talent and his style is just so timeless that the fact that all these years later he's made this series and it's still so Tim Burton.
That's the thing, you can easily identify a Burton.
Yeah.
Whether it's a series of film or animation.
One of his drawings, costumes, obviously, it's just all very Tim Burton. I love it. Love it. Okay, so continuing along in the same direction, I have some alternative pop culture news for you.
Go for it.
So there's a true crime drama series called The Stolen Girl on Disney+, which is excellent.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yes. Found it kind of by mistake. Made your mum watch it with me, and it was really, really good. And it's actually very relevant to Cards of the Macabre.
Did she hit you?
No, she didn't hit me. Okay. There were no jump scares.
I need to put it out there. My mum, if she gets scared, will just lash out and hit someone, whoever's next to her at the time.
Almost like a scared version of Tourette's.
Yeah, it's like a tick.
Yeah, that's it. So The Stolen Girl is not based on a true story, but it draws inspiration from real-life cases of international child abduction. Oh. The series is an adaptation of Alex Dahl's novel Playdate, and was written by Catherine Moulton.
Never heard of it.
No. I thought you might have done, actually. While inspired by the real-life case of Maureen DeBar, whose daughter was abducted by her ex-husband, the show's narrative is fictional and explores the emotional and legal complexities of such situations. It is really, really good. Mm-hmm. There's lots of twists and turns, and it is very Cars of the Macabre-esque.
Lovely.
Yeah, so I highly recommend that. And then next up, I'm going to talk about your favourite subject, clowns.
Oh, God, I hate you so much. I really do.
So I found this by mistake. And I was like, I have to talk about this. And I also made you watch the trailer. so that this episode of Spooky Chat was, you could feel...
Oh, I'd been involved with it.
Yeah, really involved with it. So, So...
you owe me.
This is from screenrant.com and was updated on February 27th, 2025. It... Welcome to Derry is the upcoming prequel to Andy Machete's highly successful...
Is his surname really Machete?
That's how I would say it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's highly successful Stephen King movies, It and It Chapter 2. In case you
I heard bad things about Chapter 2.
It's not as good as the first one.
No.
But that was the same with... Was the first... film, one long film, was it two?
One long film, because it ended with that weird spidery thing.
Oh, yeah. So in case you don't know, listener, the It movies and story focus on the town of Derry, Maine, which is plagued every 27 years by a malevolent presence known as Pennywise. Pennywise is a demonic clown with extra-dimensional origins. It feeds
Because it oranges.
Oranges. It feeds...
that would make it less worse for me.
Less worse. Yes.
Less worse.
It feeds on fear, and its favourite snack is children, making it utterly terrifying. While the origins of Pennywise, including why it takes the form of a clown, are hinted at in the original Stephen King novel and Machete's It movies, much of its past is mysterious, and so the upcoming It prequel series...
get off the screen!
Sorry, Gibbs has just got a picture of Pennywise on the screen. The modern version one.
Just gonna look over here.
When Ali gets really scared of clowns, she heaves...
That was new, because I didn't know that was a thing until we went to Hinchinbrook House and I started retching.
Did you not retch when we went to Scare City in the clown zone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
sorry, I wasn't speaking into mic then. Mark's getting angry with me now. Yeah.
So, It, Welcome to Derry will be expanding on the history of Derry's killer clown and will give a much more prolonged look at how its reign of terror affects the fictional city in Maine.
I wonder if they consulted with Stephen King about that to say, yeah, that sounds right. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting. So, while little has been revealed about the specific plot, as Stephen King himself never wrote a prequel to it, we do know that the series will contain an origin story for Pennywise, and that it will be set in the 1960s. I felt like you were going to say something then, no?
No, I'm just...
Okay. There's a lot of Pennywise lore that hasn't been explored, and Stephen King's book suggested a lengthy history between the town of Derry and the freaky interdimensional clown. Sorry. I don't know why it makes me laugh so much. Wednesday, you coming up?
It's just horrible.
Hi! Hello, little girl. So the long-awaited It series was the subject of a myriad of internet rumours which suggested the show wouldn't be arriving until 2026. But now HBO has come forward and set the record straight by confirming that It, Welcome to Derry, will be released at some point in 2025. However, the network didn't provide any specifics, release date, month, or even quarter of the year. So it was originally set to be released around Halloween 2024, but due to the various strikes, it got pushed to 2025. So I predict it will be Halloween 2025. I think that's when they'll release it.
So they're going to ruin Halloween for me then? Because you've said you're watching it with me.
Oh, I'm going to make you watch it. She's not impressed.
How much I've helped you out and you won't let me escape this.
I don't know why I find it so funny, because I'm scared of clowns. I'm just not as scared as you are. So Bill Skarsgård will reprise his role as Pennywise, which I'm really grateful for, because he plays Pennywise so well.
It's Tim Curry originally, wasn't it?
It was Tim Curry originally, who was very scary, but then you see Bill Skarsgård and you're like, oh my God, it's whole new realms of scary. Initially, news suggested he wouldn't appear in the prequel, but not only will he once again don the clown suit, he's also an executive producer.
Oh.
Many ensemble members have been announced, including Alexandra Fuchs, Kimberly Guerrero, Dorian Gray, not that one, Thomas Mitchell, BJ Harrison, Peter Outerbridge, Shane Marriott, Chad Crook, Joshua Ojic, and Morningstar Angeline. Which is
They've actually called her Morningstar, because that was another name for the devil.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Morningstar's like the surname, essentially, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know that. How did I not know that? That's interesting.
Yeah.
You're all right, Wednesday. Machete, his producing partner and sister, Barbara, and co-developer Jason Fuchs plan to plumb the dark reaches of King's mythology surrounding the demon. As teenagers, we took turns reading chapters of Stephen King's It until the thick paperback fell to pieces, the siblings said in a statement when the series was announced in 2023. It is an epic story that contains multitudes, far beyond what we could explore in our It movies. We can't wait to share the depths of Steve's novel in all its heart, humour, humanity and horror. So we watched the trailer last night. What did you think of it?
That real question.
Yeah, I'm asking Goobs as well, because I made him watch it too.
It was horrific. It was traumatising.
I actually think it looks scarier than the first chapter of the movie, which frightened me. And Goobs said, as trailers go, it was good.
High praise indeed.
Yeah, that is high praise for Goobs.
Yeah, no, I'm not looking forward to it.
What if
you better bring good snacks.
What if I give you some Valium-laced popcorn?
I've got some oil that might help.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, I like popcorn.
Okay.
With Valium in there.
I've got a vape that might help you as well.
Yeah, same.
Okay, cool. I think it looks really...
Why have you got a picture of Belinda Carlisle
That's
up?
random. I think it looks really, really good. And I love origin stories when it comes to like urban legends and things like that. So I'm actually really looking forward to what the story is that they tell about Pennywise.
Believe it or not, I've read the book.
Have you really? I see. I couldn't. It scared me too much. I read about 2 pages and I was like, I can't do this.
It was a long time ago, but yeah, I read the book. Mum had it, so I read it.
Yes, I borrowed it off of her.
Yeah.
But then I gave it back.
It was... I think my fear it's always been there, but it's developed somehow more and more as I'm getting older. But yeah, that was...
Is the book scary?
It's a clown. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Okay. So, I mean, that is definitely one to look out for, and I reckon it will be Halloween.
It goes hand in hand.
And then you realise what that means.
I'm not dressing up as Pennywise.
No, but some people will be. It will reignite the whole clown costume thing again.
You will not.
Goose.
We will get married just so I can divorce you.
Okay, so I made you watch another trailer.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
As it turns out, you hadn't watched this. So
Oh, no, not this one.
I'm talking about the Australian horror film Talk to Me on Netflix.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
It's the last one.
It's really, really good. And I only watched it because suggestions kept putting it in front of my face. And I was like, for goodness sake, I'm just going to watch it so it goes away. And it's brilliant. It's really, really good. So anyone who hasn't seen it, it's about a group of friends who discover how to conjure spirits with an embalmed hand. So they all become hooked on the new thrill and high-stakes party game until one of them goes too far and unleashes terrifying supernatural forces. So there's a sequel coming out called Bring Her Back.
Yeah.
It's released in the cinema on May 30th, so I don't know when this episode comes out, but it's quite likely that it will be out by the time this comes out.
Or very close to
very
being
close
out.
to it. And it's about a brother and sister who uncover a terrifying ritual at the secluded home of their new foster mother. It's written and directed by the same team who worked on Talk to Me. So we watched this trailer as well last night. What did you think of it?
Yeah, no, I'm interested to watch it. I would like to. I know it's not. You don't have to have watched the first one before you watch the second with this, but I do want to.
Yeah, the second one doesn't really look like it's that connected.
No,
but it looks good. Mm-hmm. I do like Australian productions. I think I don't know why, but they just managed to make things spookier.
Examples.
Talk to Me.
Not the ones that we're talking about.
Don't know, that's all I've got. Oh no, saying that, I'm watching a series at the moment called Fake, which is based on a real life true crime story, and that is on ITVX, and that's Australian, and it's really weird. Apparently there's loads.
Oh, Blackwater. I've heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like something about the Aussies. They can make a good film.
Yeah.
So, Goobs, what did you think of the trailer for that? Probably not that bothered.
You won't watching it.
Okay, fair enough.
Why? Just because it doesn't interest you?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Fair enough. The last one will interest him, though.
Yeah,
smiling.
the last one is awesome. So the next bit of pop culture news is from JoeBlow.com and is also Stephen King related.
Oh.
So Carrie, the subject of author Stephen King's first published novel and one of the greatest female icons in the horror genre, is coming back.
Really?
And this time, Mike Flanagan is the one taking her to prom.
Oh.
It was announced last October that Flanagan was working with King to turn the story of Carrie into an 8-episode series.
Amazing.
That will be released through Amazon's Prime Video service.
He is American Horror Story, isn't he? Mike Flanagan.
Can you check for us, Goobs?
Or have I
Thank
completely
you, my
made
love.
that up?
Flanagan is executive producing the series with Trevor Macy. Deadline noted at the time.
Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, Haunting of Hill House.
I knew it was something brilliant.
Okay, this is going to be amazing then. Deadline noted at the time. They're opening a writer's room, so this one's happening quickly. 3 weeks ago, the show received the official green light from Prime Video. Now, Deadline reports that Matthew Lillard, from Scream, of course, is in talks to join the cast.
Shut up.
But details of his character haven't been revealed yet. So I thought this was very apt because it's Carrie, it's Stephen King, it's Matthew Lillard, and now we know it's the guy who did Haunting of Hill House, which terrifies me.
Tons of stuff that I like.
Summer H. Howell, whose credits include Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky, will be playing Carrie. Published in 1974, King's novel Carrie served as the inspiration for the classic 1976 film directed by Brian De Palma. The concept then sat dormant for a couple of decades until the sequel, The Rage, Carrie 2, came along in 1999. And that was quickly followed by a made-for-TV Carrie remake in 2002, which I haven't seen. And then Carrie got a big screen remake in 2013. And the character was played by Sissy Spacek in 76, Angela Bettis in 2002, and Chloe Grace Moretz in 2013. Back in 2019, it was rumoured that a limited series adaptation was in development at FX. But if that project existed, it didn't go anywhere.
Exciting.
Yeah, sorry, I was just about to go straight into the next one, which didn't make sense. It's really exciting that there's horror series, because I don't feel like there's enough horror series.
No, I don't think so. So, Haunting of Hill House is very good. The Fall of the House of Usher, did you watch that?
Yes, very good.
But yeah, there is not, I'd say there's not enough horror series out
definitely there. And it's like they were saying with it, Welcome to Derry, because it's a series, they can actually explore the storyline more and build upon it, because obviously you've got however long the series is, that's several feature films in one thing, isn't
Well,
it?
exactly.
So, which I like that. So I can't talk. Stalking about Stephen King, talking about him. I did look to see if there were any updates with regards to the remake of 1983 novel Christine. The project was first announced in June 2021 and is set to be made by Blumhouse and Sony Pictures, but there was no new news.
Oh.
So there's been no updates on how it's going, when it's going to be released, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
So, on the subject of reboots, have you heard that there's an X-Files reboot in the
Never got
works?
into X-Files.
That was going to be my next question. Were you into X-Files? Were you into X-Files, Gabe? I feel like you would have been, no?
He's not into anything TV
Yeah, true.
or film.
X-Files, though. And back then, we only had 4 channels. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, it's mainly aliens, isn't it? And they don't...
Not all of it.
No?
It is, yeah, I would say it's heavily extraterrestrial, but there's a lot of paranormal in there as well.
Okay.
When I was young, I used to have a bob, and I did actually have it like a reddy orange colour, and my mum used to call me Scully when I was a teenager.
Aw.
So, my notes, I've said that, then I've just gone on to a new thing, so I need to... I know, I've just lost a load of notes. Anyway, luckily I can remember what I was talking about. So I think Gillian Anderson she gets a bit fed up about talking about X-Files.
Yeah.
And she's asked and asked and asked if, is there going to be a reboot? Is there going to be a reboot? And she's like, well, if there is, I'm not going to be part of it.
Uh-huh.
But she has hinted in I think it was This Morning interview, that she would possibly discuss.
I like Gillian Anderson.
I do, being part of the new one. I did have notes which said all about who was in the new one, and I've lost them. So that's good.
That's okay.
But there we go. But yeah, so apparently that is in the works. And, who's the director? I might have this wrong, but I'm pretty sure it said in my notes that the director of the new X-Files directed Black Panther.
Oh, okay.
So it's a real fresh take on it.
Ryan Coogler.
That's it. Yeah, that's him. So, because she basically said that if anyone redid X-Files, it needed to be completely sort of, you almost start again with it.
Yeah.
So that it was a whole new thing for like a new audience. And it seems like that's kind of what they're doing. So,
okay.
So I think that will be
Might be interesting then to give it a go.
I absolutely loved X-Files. I used to watch it all the time. So keeping on the horror literature theme, I would like to tell you about Fear Street Prom Queen. And that this R.L. Stine horror film reaches Netflix in May.
So excited for that one.
So this is another trailer I made both of you watch last night, and it does look so good.
It really does. And Mark is interested in it because of a certain song by a certain singer.
It does. I love Fear Street. I love the aesthetic. I love the sort of slight campness about the horror.
It's a
bit
very
tongue-in-cheek.
vague nod to Hammer.
Yes.
I think, but only a vague one.
Yeah.
Because of the tackiness.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's a really great horror franchise, I think. And, you know, when we went to Hinchbrook House, they had no, they didn't have a Fear Street section.
They didn't.
I think they should have a Fear Street section. It's that kind of thing where you could just elaborate on it and build upon it as a brand. It's just brilliant. So Fear Street Prom Queen, the continuation of the Fear Street film franchise that began with the release of the trilogy of Fear Street Part 1, 1994, Fear Street Part 2, 1978, and Fear Street Part 3, 1666.
I loved that.
On the Netflix streaming service back in the summer of 2021. I might rewatch them actually because I can't remember them that well. I just remember they were good. Made its way through production last year, and recently it was announced that the new film will be available to watch on Netflix as of May the 23rd.
Not long now.
So that's exciting. With that date right around the corner, a full trailer for the film has dropped online, and we've seen it. and it just looks so good.
It's got me excited for it, that's for sure.
It's very... When I see the like covers of his books, they've replicated that, I think, in like the aesthetic for the films.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how to describe it, but I don't know, it's just got an atmosphere about it, and I think it's definitely one on its own. It's one of those things where if you saw it, you'd be like, oh, it's a Fear Street film.
Yes.
Like you do with Scream, like you do with Tim Burton films. And, you know. Author R.L. Stine has written over 100 books that have been published under the various Fear Street banners. While the initial trilogy of films wasn't directly based on any specific Fear Street book, the new movie will be telling a version of the story Stine crafted for his 1992 book, The Prom Queen. So here's the description. A spring night, soft moonlight, 5 beautiful prom queen candidates, dancing couples at the Shadyside High prom. Shadyside High.
I know.
These should be the ingredients for romance, but stir in one brutal murder, then another and another, and the recipe quickly turns to horror. Lizzie McVeigh realises that someone is murdering the 5 prom queen candidates one by one, and that she may be next on the list. Can she stop the murderer before the dance is over for good? So the official synopsis says Fear Street Prom Queen takes us back to the town of Shadyside, Ohio, where prom season at Shadyside High is underway at the school's wolf pack of it girls is busy with its usual sweet and vicious campaigns for the crown. But when a gutsy outsider is unexpectedly nominated to the court and the other girls start mysteriously disappearing, the class of 88 is suddenly in for one hell of a prom night. So the fact it's 80s as well, I just think makes it even better. Back in 2022, we had that Chloe Kuno, who recently made her featured directorial debut with the thriller Watcher, would be directing the next Fear Street movie, but she left at some point in the last couple of years. The film has actually been directed by Matthew Palmer, who made his feature directorial debut with the 2018 Netflix thriller Caliber, which I haven't seen.
No, I haven't.
Palmer has written the screenplay with Caliber cast and member Donald McCleary. So Peter Chernin, Jenno Topping and Corey Edelson of Chernin Entertainment are producing the Fear Street Prom Queen, with Yvonne Bernard, Joan Wurachar and Jane Stein serving as executive producers. Caroline Pitofsky is overseeing the production of Chernin Entertainment. The film recently secured an R rating for strong bloody violence and gore, teen, drug use, language and some sexual references. I remember when that would never even be a warning on it.
You just got the ages. It was a 15 or an 18.
It was a 15 or 18.
That's very difficult to get an 18 now. I rarely see 18s anyway.
I don't know what that says about us as a species.
Well,
R.L. Stine recently said that there are already 3 more Fear Street movies in development at Netflix.
Oh, nice.
So that is just so much good news for horror fans. But yeah, it's, you know, I'll be watching things now and it warns you if people are smoking. Mm-hmm. And you're like, what?
Yeah, I've seen that. Smoking
and it
references.
Warns of like alcohol consumption. You're like, you do know we're in Britain, right? Literally.
Majority of us have got a cigarette and a bottle of or can of beer hanging up. Like, what? What am I trying to say?
We're born with a Stella in hand and a cigarette ready to light.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm going to say. I've just found the rest of my X-Files notes. Oh dear. Should I
Wally?
read them? No, there's no point reading them. I pretty much said what was going on.
We've passed that bit now.
We've passed that bit, but I'm trying to find. Ryan Coogler. It doesn't say anything about the supporting actor or the lead actor, but yeah, there was so much good stuff when I was looking So I started, because it just came up and I was like, oh my God. And then I just found loads of other stuff that was happening and just went down a rabbit hole of alternative popular culture, which made me super happy. And I feel like I need to reread some of R.L. Stein's books.
Yeah, just for a bit of a jolly into the past, really.
That's it, a bit of nostalgia horror. Yeah. And then I'm going to rewatch The Fear Streets.
Yes.
Because I likely didn't pay attention the whole way through them. And they are very atmospheric, and yeah, I just feel like watching them again.
Fair enough.
So yeah. So you excited about any of those?
Yes, I'm excited about the Fear Street one. Probably that one the most. Yeah.
Not about it.
No.
No, it series.
No.
I don't know why I find it so funny, because I'm going to be terrified when I'm watching it. I'm kind of the only thing I'm
going to end up throwing up.
You might.
Heaving.
The fact you heave, you get so scared you heave. I've never known that before.
Fine.
Is that a new thing? Does anybody else do that? I'm not sure.
Let me know. I can't be the only one, surely.
I know that you can, like, if you go into shock, you can heave. I've done that after a car crash, and I also did it when Reggie died. And you get, like, shock, which makes you feel like you're going to be sick.
Yeah.
And I suppose, yeah, that would work with scary stuff as well. I've just never known it. And it's a new thing for you.
Yeah.
So.
Can't take me anywhere.
Yeah. We might have to give you a sick bucket when you're watching it on Netflix.
Yeah, just every so often, just pause. Continue eating snacks. Taste a bomb out.
Oh, so I'm very excited. Well, I'm probably the most excited about Fear Street. And then I'm sort of morbidly intrigued about the It series.
Yeah.
Just because I find that if I find out more about the thing, it's less scary. Don't know if that would be the case with Pennywise.
No, because just looking at him, he's horrific.
He's really scary. But yeah, Welcome to Derry.
No.
So I predict Halloween for that, and then Fear Street's out this month, so we've not got to wait long.
Yeah, I'll be watching that straight away.
And I do recommend watching Talk to Me, and then it's not really it doesn't seem like a sequel, but it is listed as a sequel. Obviously that's Bring Her Back, and that'll be on Netflix, and that's out this month as well. So there's quite a few good things out this month.
Lovely job.
Yeah. So I'm excited about all of that stuff.
Well, thank you very much.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So do you have a random fact to get in your pocket and a get in the bin?
Yeah, so my get in the bin is people who denied that the Holocaust happened.
We were talking about this yesterday. It's just...
I mean,
there are no words for those people.
What?
Yeah.
What? Who are you? Go away. Get in the bin.
Get them in the bin.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Get in my pocket is so... whilst we were at the Tim Burton exhibition, I dropped my phone, which has happened numerous times and it's always been fine. This time it was not fine. It very much... it was alive.
But in secret?
Basically, yeah. So just the screen just went completely... It wasn't even cracked or anything like that. The screen just went blank and it was just like, nope. I'm done. So yes, so I've got a new phone and the camera's really lovely. Yeah.
Does that mean you might actually use it?
Probably not, no.
Okay.
But yeah, it was... it's... The fact that I could, like, everything just transferred over without me having to do anything on the old phone was just wonderful and made life a lot easier and less stressful. So,
and you've got a fancy case for it as well.
And I've got a fancy case for it.
With a skull on it, which is cool.
And my random fact is my brother used to nickname me Helga.
I forgot about that.
After Helga Pataki from the Hey Arnold cartoon series. Because my eyebrows might have been a little bit too thick and might have been a little bit too dark. So I didn't have blonde hair. Well, I have, but yeah. Helga.
I like that a lot. So, my get in the bin is hair dye that doesn't stay in your hair. Oh, it's just so annoying. I know it's just a bit of a problem, but but it is a problem nonetheless. Get in my pocket. Juicy Couture, baby. Y2K.
As long as you don't end up wearing a velour tracksuit with Juicy across the bottom.
I'm so tempted. I am so tempted.
No.
Even in black, though.
I mean, yes, but maybe not in public.
No.
Okay,
Just
that's
walk-
fine.
walk.
I can cope with that.
Well, the thing is, I bought this hat to walk Wednesday with. I keep going to call her Molly. I keep saying walk Molly. To walk Wednesday with, because when I moved, I've misplaced all my hats. I did get rid of a lot of them anyway. I gave lots to charity. But I know that I kept a trucker cap, which was a Von Dutch one. I found that, but it's absolutely knackered. It's got so much makeup on it, and I think at some point I've put it through the washing machine, and it's just, I don't know why I kept it, it's just died. So, and I couldn't find my other hats, and this was cheap from somewhere. So, yeah, Y2K.
God bless TK Maxx.
God bless TK Maxx, and then obviously I've matched it with an Adidas tracksuit because that's who I am as a person.
Mixing genres. You tell me off for doing that.
No, there's certain genres you can mix because Juicy Couture is not a sports label.
Oh, that's true.
So I wouldn't mix sporting genres.
Yeah.
But I would mix, for example, Adidas with Karl Lagerfeld.
Okay, fair enough.
Or Adidas with Moschino. You know?
Yeah.
It has to almost be like an opposite thing.
Yeah. Okay, I get you.
Is that all right?
Yeah, fine.
My random fact, you two don't know this, and I don't know what made me think of it. I used to be in a band called Spindrift. True story, Goobs.
And by a band, what she means is they pretended they could play the instruments.
No, so I did actually learn. So we figured out what set we were going to do. We used to have this thing at school called band night, and bands from the school used to play, and it was so much fun. And we were like, we're going to start a band, we're going to play band night. So we learned a set. It was only a few songs you had to do anyway, so it was just a few songs. So I did actually have an electric guitar, which I was trying to teach myself to learn because I couldn't afford lessons.
Yeah.
And I learnt certain chords to whatever the songs were that we were going to do. And yeah, we were going to play band night. And then on the day, the person who was supposed to be drumming for us, he was like, oh no, I'm not doing it. So we couldn't play. And that was pretty much the end of the band.
Real invested, weren't you?
yeah, that's it. Obviously, my ADHD went, oh, a pigeon, and I went off over there. Or I was probably looking at a boy or doing something Blur related. You know? So that's mine. Are you going to read Goobs's?
Yeah, so Who's Getting the Bin is spilling coffee. He spilled coffee in the studio earlier, and he is still livid.
Oh, did you spill coffee?
So I'll make you one when we have a break. His Get in the Pocket is that he did the Skywalk last weekend at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, excuse me. Both Mark and his sister, especially his sister, massive football and Spurs fans. So, so they did that together, had a little sibling day out, which was really lovely. They both really enjoyed it. And then your random fact, sir, is in line with nicknames, his sister used to call him Tent. Because of Marky.
I like that. That's quite a bougie nickname, isn't it?
Tent.
Sounds like Marky. I like it.
He didn't stick.
No. Okay.
Fair enough.
Just a reminder, whilst we're talking about pop culture, there are new designs of merch available on our link tree.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
One of them just says side effects. If you are a regular listener, you will know what that means. So, you know. Okay, so please subscribe. When you're watching and listening, subscribe, download, share, review, set alerts.
Comment.
Talk about us. Comment.
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Goober, Parkland Studios, for doing all the production side of things, the visuals, the sound, the lighting, general management, mismanagement.
All the social media. He's even suggesting episodes for us now. All we have to do is show up and read and write the episodes, which I can't read. I'm getting worse and worse every day.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know how long this is going to last before I just melt into a blob on the floor of uselessness.
It's fine. We'll keep it going. It'll be like a bit Weekend at Bernie's. I'll just use like a ventriloquist. Oh no, I just indicate where my hand's going.
I don't know. I don't want to know. Could you make a hole in my back rather than going up the bum bum? It'd be better if it's the back. You know?
I'm just not going to put any holes in you.
No, don't do that.
No, I'll put my hand in any holes.
No, when I'm dead, just let me go.
Well, no, I'll just wave your arms about.
Where this has gone to.
I'm having you stuffed. You're going in the corner.
Put puppet strings on me.
Yeah, no, I'll make you into a coffee table.
Ew. I don't like that.
You can find us at our Linktree /Cars on the Macabre, where all of our socials, the merch shop, our email. So if you have any spooky or paranormal, or no, that's the same thing. Any paranormal, true crime, or weird stories that you'd like to share with us, that'd be grand.
It's got a list of like where you can see us, where you can listen to us as well.
Yeah.
It's got our Paratube link.
Yeah.
So that goes out on Tuesday evenings. I think it's about 7:45. Approx everywhere.
We will be performing a live show.
Mm-hmm. Two
live shows at the 5th and 6th of July at the Norfolk Showground for Ink and Engines Tattoo and Car Fest.
Yeah.
Which is going to be absolutely epic. We've had a meeting with the organisers. They're really excited. We're really excited.
We're really excited.
Mark's band's going to be playing.
So you can see Goobs in the flesh.
You can see what he looks like, singing and slapping the old bass.
I'm trying to make him let us be backing singers. We're not having it.
He really isn't. Maybe we should just run on stage and start oohing.
With some pom-poms. He's not said anything, which means he's going to probably kill us. So that's not going to happen.
They're going to get bouncers.
Okay. No. Dressed as clowns, and then she definitely won't go anywhere near them. I'll just close my eyes and be like, no.
Let's just start windmilling.
Yeah, just start windmilling. Absolutely.
Cool.
I think that's
I think that's it.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you if you joined us for listening. And yeah, let us know if you watch any of these things in the meantime, what you think of them, because it would be nice to have a chat. I do update Instagram. Goobs is across all social media, but I do dip into Instagram a couple of times a week, so I will see comments, etc. on there.
And I'm terrible at looking at messages.
Yeah. So, all right then.
It's just who I am as a person.
It's fine. Side effects.
Yeah, well, I think it's a break time before I crack on with my double
Double entendre.
Yeah.
So until next time,
Stay spooky, bitches.